welcome to another edition of Horror and Coffee. My name is Victor Gonzalez, and this is
Ralph Perez. How you doing?
Okay, so we have a movie that we want to review today, Ralph. I told you to go on Netflix and watch the film. I've seen it on Blu-ray, and the film is called The Bay.
The Bay. Let me tell you, I have to say, there has been such a surge of those found footage horror films.
Right. There's been a lot of found footage movies, people using their cameras, and a lot of the, what is it, the shaky camera type thing, like
exactly.
VHS, like the Blair Witch Project. Ever since the Blair Witch Project, there has been nothing but movies going in that direction, and for good reason too.
Yes.
And this is the reason why I'm thinking that a lot of movies are going that way, because it's scary.
Yeah. It looks realistic.
It looks realistic. It's scary.
That's the thing about it.
And because technology today, as we always put it before, technology today just doesn't allow us to be scared that much, because there's so much ways to get help.
Exactly.
So The Bay is one of those films where it's technology and a lot of camera angles.
A lot of camera angles. And what I liked about The Bay actually was the way they used the camera. It was being recorded by a reporter, intern reporter for the town, this small town in Maryland, where she kind of wanted to reveal what had actually happened on July 4th of 2009.
2009.
And apparently she was told not to reveal what had happened that particular day. But because she was it tortured her for those years, she decided to put it out on a videotape. So they made a compilation of footage from different people, from different elements of that particular day.
That's what I like about the film.
It made it different.
Because you get different views from different people.
Right.
And they edit it pretty good. And putting it together, you get from different perspectives from different people holding their cameras or so forth.
That's right.
So it's half documentary, half people using their cameras on other people. In other words, the whole film worked.
Exactly.
It worked that way.
Now, what is The Bay about, actually? If you want to look this up on Netflix,
the Bay is about a water, a water in the bay.
It's more about what's in the water.
Right.
To be honest with you, it caused an outbreak, a plague, if you may put it in those words, to the community of this small town in Maryland.
Right.
On most greatest of their celebratory days, the 4th of July. You know, people like to set off their fireworks, go on, do their thing. But apparently, there started to become an outbreak of a parasite known in normal life as an isopod, okay, otherwise known as a sea louse. They usually parasites that cling into the insides of fish.
Right.
But in this particular case, I guess they got tired of the fish and they started going after humans because they became bigger and bigger and bigger. Why did they get bigger? It was an environmental issue. In the film, you see a couple of oceanographers coming to test the waters of that area to find out what exactly happened and what exactly was happening. It had to do with this chicken refinery nearby, in which all the chicken excrement was being put into the bay. These are chicken that has been fed steroids. You know how that whole thing about Purdue chicken and all that kind of stuff.
That's why there's
not that Purdue had anything to do with it. I don't want to.
That's why when you go to supermarkets, some chickens when you buy them, they're
steroid free. Steroid free.
Exactly.
Well, these were chock full of steroids, and what happened was the isopods, these little creatures that are usually only this big, fed off of the excrement of the chicken that was put into the bay. And as a result, the isopods got bigger and bigger and bigger, and their appetite changed as well for humans. And before you know it, they were remember the scene with the doctor trying to figure out what was going on? All these people coming into the hospital,
I like that.
throwing up all over the place.
I like that. I wish there was more of that.
Oh, man.
In the hospital, when the doctor was in the hospital and he was treating all the people that were infected.
Right. He didn't know what it was.
Yeah, he didn't know what it was, and I like this character, and I wish they put more on him. But unfortunately,
he got it too. Yeah. But spoiler alert. But he called the CDC. He was like, "What? What is going on here?" The CDC was like, "I don't know. Could it be a cold? They were coming up with anything, and they couldn't come up with the reason either. So it was frustrating on their end. It was frustrating on the doc's end. You know what really got to me? That couple with the baby in the boat.
Yeah.
They kind of were like away from everything, but they didn't have a clue what was going on back on the shore until they got back later on.
Right.
And they realized, oh snap, what's happened here? Where is everybody? And they found the streets littered with dead bodies everywhere of people that kind of succumbed to the parasite. And it was just like so. You know what I liked about it, Vic? It was very realistic to me.
That's what I'm saying.
It was very realistic. It was very scientific too. I love that scientific.
Here's the thing about this movie is that this thing could happen. Now, I'm not saying about the parasites and the whole steroid with the chicken thing.
Right.
Maybe something else could happen in the environment that...
It's true.
You know,
because isopods normally just cling themselves to fish.
Right.
And they actually become the fish's tongue. They eat away at the fish's tongue and replace the fish's tongue with themselves.
Right.
Which is kind of sick.
You know what's crazy about it? The director of this film,
Yes.
I don't know if it's the same director, but this director's name is Barry Levinson. Didn't Barry Levinson directed Rain Man?
I gotta look that up. I don't know.
I mean, I was like, is this the same director?
We're gonna find out and let you know.
Is this the same director that directed The Bay? I was like, the acting was good. So I was like, damn, could it be Barry Levinson? So how many coffee cups you give, bro?
You know, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I give The Bay 3 coffee cups. Yeah, that's right. I said it, 3. I thought it was a keeper. I think it's a good film. I like how it traces in an almost documentary sort of way. It gave a documentary sort of feel, the way the main character, this girl who was just being a reporter, a novice reporter.
And what I like about it, they used a lot of technology today. They used Skype.
Yeah.
They used YouTube.
Yeah, remember the teenage girl? I don't know what's happening to me. I'm breaking down.
Yeah, she was using what was that?
That was Skype.
No. She was the other.
FaceTime.
FaceTime. So they were using a lot of the technology today into this film, and it worked. It actually worked. Cell phones was being used. Everything was used in this film, and it worked.
And the reason why certain people couldn't reach people via this stuff was because those people were already dead.
And this was a small town.
It was a small town.
This was a
kind of isolated
population
town.
of what, like maybe a few thousand.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of Jaws. You know, the small isolated town.
Piranha. It kind of reminded me of Piranha.
Piranha also. Yeah. It was kind of like that, except it was a parasite that was eating away at everybody and stuff like that. It was amazing. Vic, how many coffee cups you give it?
I have to go with 3 coffee cups.
Oh, look at that. So there you go. Victor and I agree on coffee cups, 3 coffee cups. For The Bay, very good brew on that one, man. Let me tell you that movie, it kept my attention the whole time.
I usually like to look, you know me, I like to look at flaws in the film.
Oh yeah.
I didn't see nothing flawed.
I didn't see anything out of the ordinary.
The lighting was good.
The lighting was good. It didn't look like it was
It looked like
well
it had
lit.
spotlights all over the place.
It was pretty good.
Everything was good. The special effects were good.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of special effects. There were some jumpy parts in the film.
The guy in the boat, when he caught the fish and he had the mouth open and one of those ice came out.
That was crazy. I jumped on that.
I jumped on that. I said, "Oh my god!" That was freaky. That was good.
If you go on Netflix, see The Bay.
Right.
You won't be disappointed. It's a good horror film.
Absolutely,
it's a good horror film. It takes a while to build itself up. I mean, it's not. You're not gonna get. It's not like a slasher or nothing like. No, this is just what could happen in real life if possible.
Yes. Yeah. So we're gonna call it a night. We shall see you next time in Horror and Coffee. Once again, go see The Bay. It's on Netflix. We give it 3 coffee cups, both of us. So go for it. And until next time, see you. Oh, don't forget, I always plug it in, www.horrorcoffee.blogspot.com. Check out our YouTube page. We can also be found in the Dynamic High page on dynamichigh.com. So come check us out, and we'll see you guys soon in Horror and Coffee. All right?
Yes.
Take care. And don't forget to drink a cup.